Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. They said tears in the council hall. Or more, they said Ebony screamed, I will cry if I lose my husband. I have invested so much my life. I've invested my time. I've invested my spirit, my money, my soul, my emotion, everything. I will cry if I lose him because he is my husband. I am his true wife. It's just that people have come to interfere. I am his true wife. I was the one who was betrothed to him from small. I am his true wife. So sometimes when people hear Ebony talk like this, you will now begin to wonder, if you are truly his true wife, the one who was betrothed to him from small, how come there is a little blessing in between you people? Because I call that girl a blessing. As far as I'm concerned, every child is a blessing. Okay, it doesn't matter how the child or where the child is coming from. How come there is a little blessing in between you guys? Because you keep talking about this being betrothed to him, How come there is that little blessing? Because you feel like you are the original wife. You feel like you deserve the best. You deserve everything. They said the cry in the council was not a small thing. They said the council hall was filled with tension, so heavy that even the sound of breathing seemed loud. The Lion of Odua sat quietly on his throne, watching as the situation unfolded before him. Ebony was on the ground, her wrapper loose, her face wet with tears. Her sobs echoed through the chamber. She screamed so loud that her voice cracked. I will cry if I lose my husband, Kabiyesi. I will not survive. My life is finished. If it was goes through, I cannot breathe without this marriage. I have invested everything in this union. My soul, my spirit, my money, my emotion, my body, my time, everything is here. Please, Kabiyesi, do not take this all away from me. Do not do this to me. I expected you to understand that the reason why I have been doing this is because I love you. Look, our people say the goat that refuses the rope will meet the knife later. There is no way anybody can tell me that disrespect is love. You are in a royal household, if what we are getting is correct. And, you know, your husband's word is supposed to be yea and amen, like for you, okay? I'm understanding where you are, understanding what it means to be married to this man, right? Nobody should tell you what to do or what not to do. And so you cannot continue to say you love a man and you give him this level of disrespect, because if you ask me, this is truly disrespect. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Dela Ram. I bring you fresh and spicy just from the sources still on the royals. How are you guys doing? Happy new week to you. May God bless you. May God make his face shine upon you. I appreciate you guys so much. Please, if you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. They said the elders of Gidi, Rolling House, looked at her with shame and frustration. They had begged Kabiyesi, they had presented the cow and the yams, they had done their part, but Ebony's uncontrollable behavior was undoing everything. One of the elders, his walking stick trembling in his hand, pointed at her with anger. His voice was sharp. Shut your mouth. Your jealousy is sickening. You have brought disgrace on this family. You have turned the palace into a battlefield. You do not respect yourself. You do not respect the throne. You do not respect the jewel that Kabiyesi treasures. Get out of this hall before you shame us even the more. They said that was their own elder, her own, from the Ogidi, Rolling House. In fact, these are people who have always stood by her. Through thick and thin, they are there for her. Like, they have stood by her in such a way that some people even started thinking that these people are the ones encouraging her to continue in that trajectory. But for them to have, turned their back and, spoken to her the way that they did is because they have reached that point of no return themselves. Because, you see, one thing about life is that when there is jealousy in your heart, if you do not kill it purposely, something, it would drive you into doing something. I don't know if you heard about this new stuff that happened right there in Lagos, Nigeria, where a young man had been going out with this beautiful girl from Benue State. And the man was very apprehensive, was brutal, and all of that, was physically abusive to this girl, right? And the girl decided to break that relationship up in 2023. In 2023, between 2023 and now, that boy continued to nurture that evil feeling in his heart and all of that. He now, disguised himself as a delivery man, went to that girl's house, and they didn't allow him enter because the girl said she wasn't expecting a delivery. And then he now scaled the fence to go and spy that girl. Spy the girl. After being, the girl had left her in 2023, 2 years from now. That jealousy, that mindset, that entitlement, she belongs to me. If she's not for me, no, she cannot be for anyone. If she refuses to marry me, she cannot marry anyone. That entitlement was there. It is the entitlement, or it was the entitlement that caused all the problems. Now look at what happened. See what he did. See the mess he got himself into. Now, this is what happens when a person is so jealous, when a person is entitled and all of that. But that is if all the information that we are getting is correct, because I've told you that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media. I do not live there. They said Ebony froze, staring at her own elders with disbelief. You are my blood. You are supposed to defend me. She shouted back, her tears running into desperate rage. You want me to leave? You want me to walk away from the only man I love? Do you know what I have gone through? Do you know how much I have suffered for this union? I did not come here empty like others. I am his wife, not just any wife. I am his main wife, the one betrothed to him. I have stood through storm. I have stood through battles. And now you stand here and tell me to leave? No, I will not leave. If I lose him, I will cry right here in front of all of you. And maybe that will give you the satisfaction that you all need. They said her mother cried louder, holding her by the shoulders, begging her to calm down. But Ebony shook her head off, rolling on the floor, screaming, the lion's name. Please, please, don't do this to me. Don't cut me away. Don't send me out. I will change. I will try. I will try. But there is also the possibility that, within her, she may be trying. But one thing, and that is why they said do not allow jealousy to get into your house. So her biggest competitor is the jewel, and she wants to see that she wins the jewel. She wants to see that, she conquers the jewel. She wants to see that the jewel is behind her. She does not want the jewel to be ahead of her. And for the time that the jewel was out of the picture, for the time the jewel was suffering, for the time the jewel was, going through everything that the jewel had been going through, Ebony was celebrating. Ebony was happy. Ebony thought that, yes, she won. It's a big shock. I think this is, a result of some kind of emotional trauma where you never could have expected that this thing, the whole stuff would have turned out to be what they are right now. And now things have turned out to be so bad and you are not able to take it in stride. You want to fight and continue to fight. And this is exactly what is causing this. They said the chiefs murmured among themselves. Some shook their head, tried, tired of her drama. Others whispered that her breakdown was proof that jealousy had truly eaten deep into her spirit. One of the older chiefs raised his voice. Ebony, crying and rolling on the floor, will not wash away your deed. You disrespected the throne. You fought, your husband. You turned your jealousy into war, and now you come here shouting. Your shout is not going to do what you have done. It's not going to undo what you have done. They said elders were so embarrassed beyond word. Another elder slapped his hand on the wooden council table. Ebony, we came here to plead for you, to beg Kabiyesi to restore peace, and you come here ranting about spy and betrayal. You are running the sacrifice we brought. You are ruining the sacrifice we brought. You are, ruining the peace we seek. If you cannot humble yourself, get out of this hall, because throughout that period, they said she was crying and making a whole lot of fuss, making noise and all of that. And they said that was why, these elders felt really, really irritated. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged rumors, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.